friends. Welcome to Coding Garden with CJ. I'm a little bit late, but I guess that's okay. This morning, we are going to be playing Clash of Code, coding game. If you're new to that, you can visit codinggame.com, and there's this cool game called Clash of Code, which we are going to play. Now, you may be wondering, am I going to do the spring challenge? No. Coding game currently has the spring challenge going. You can participate. You're basically coding an AI to play Pac-Man, but we are going to play Clash of Code. I'm busy with other things. I don't really have the time to do that, so we're going to do that. Welcome, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to respond to anyone that says the word hello. There's a lot of you. But if you say hello, I can say hi, and then we'll go ahead and get started and start clashing. Pixelmund, hello, and Nero, Lakshman, Mustafa, Slim, Sledgedog, iChris, Cheyenne, Debopam, Jacos, hello, and Kevin, and Roll3x, and Get Some, and Brooks, who's got a new computer. Awesome, welcome. And hello, Win320day. It's been a couple streams since I've seen you, but yeah, welcome. And Kempagnucci, welcome, and Rolex, and Deb, and Lakshman, and Infomath Music, and Francisco, and Terrazoid. Inventory app, please. Not today. Maybe this weekend. So, if you look at my stream schedule, which is down there, right now, Monday and Friday mornings are Clash of Code. Wednesday evenings is Code Katas, and Saturdays are Project Day. Is Project Day. Our project day is project day. So on Saturdays is usually when I might work on the inventory app. But this Saturday, maybe we'll work on other things as well. We'll see. I'll let you know. Tune in Saturday. And hello, Fadia Dooley. Welcome. And Mint Jim. And Josh. And Brooks. What's up? And Euclidean Ace. And Super Beer. And Shaggy. What's up? And Green David. Thank you, Green David. Yeah, so somebody might have done it in the chat, but I did. So I had applied to Twitch Partner, and I didn't get it, which is okay. They just said in 3 to 4 weeks I can apply again. But I appreciate all of you for sticking around and watching me. That's really what you can do to help is watch the channel, show that I have supporters and people that actually want to watch this kind of content on Twitch. So I appreciate you. And hello, Khalil and Archio and Mark and David. What's up? And Fubar from Australia. So I set up my. Right now I have. Different times listed on my calendar here. And in Sydney, it's currently almost midnight. So thank you, Fubar, for tuning in. I feel like this is the one time where most of the world can watch, but I don't know. Yeah, I've got search features. Pretty cool. Hello, Dean and Philippe, and One Line of Me, and Yep Yep Dup, and Jackos, and 88, and Archio. I was sleeping. Let's go. Thank you, Phosphate. And hello, Kikabom. And Infomath Music. Hello again. Hello. Felloderm is part of a tree. I did not know that, Doc. And hello, Doc. And hello, Joa. Oh, you finished my Twitter clone. When I send in tweet in the front, Twitch Prime sub from Tony Man. Thank you very much. Also, shout out to The BT and Caligula, who both subscribed with Twitch Prime when I was not live. I very much appreciate you. And Tony Man, thanks for that Twitch Prime sub. That's super interesting, Mark. If you join our Discord, we can try to help you in one of the back-end help channels. All right, that's it for the hellos. If you said anything else, I am very sorry if I missed it. But thank you, Gene Blue, for that follow. Thank you, Green David, for that follow. Thank you, Sarath, for that follow. And Archio for the follow as well. You are all great. Why you do this? Oh, nice. Alka completed his first 3Q kata yesterday. That's awesome. Yeah, so Wednesday we were doing Code Wars. This past Wednesday in particular, we were doing very easy Code Wars, or very beginner ones, to try and teach people if they don't know much about coding. But they get harder. 8Q is the easiest. 1Q is the hardest. So congrats to Alka. It's interesting that this message showed up twice. But I don't know. Did I just wake up, or was I... I just woke up. I literally... Like, that's why it took me longer to get started. I had to do voice exercises and make sure that I am actually able to be live and talk to you all. But yeah, I just woke up. I was not crying. But if I was, that's okay. It's okay to cry. But I wasn't. And thank you, Francisco, for that follow. The time at which most of the world can watch is when it's evening in China and morning and day in India. Hey, you are absolutely right, Inthia. I did not think about that. I guess China might not have access to Twitch or even YouTube. I don't really know. You like my quarantine hat? Oh, thank you. It's keeping the corona out. it's not, that is not a medical statement. Do not buy this hat for Corona purposes. And hello, Mark. Welcome. I think there were some other follows. No, there weren't. Thank you all for the follows. It's night in India, is it? I put on here New Delhi. Well, it's 7:24. I guess that's not the. It's. I mean, how many time zones are in India? What time is it where you are, Depopom? Hello, Alana. Welcome. It's been a while. All right, let's get started. So if you're new to Clash of Code, you can go to codinggame.com to sign up. And thank you, CyberTim, for that follow. And the game that we are going to play is called Clash of Code. So there are 3 modes. There's either fastest, who can be the fastest one to complete a coding challenge. There's shortest, who can complete it in the least number of characters. And reverse mode, you're given the inputs and the outputs, and you have to figure out what code to write based on that. Now I'm going to start a clash. It's going to pick one of those modes at random. And now 99 other people can join me in this clash. So click that link. You have about two minutes to sign up if you need to, and you can use most any language. I use JavaScript, but they support Python, C++, Lua, C#, Java, Bash. They support a ton of different languages. Help me max this out. So it used to only be 12 people, and recently they opened up 100 slots. Let's get all those slots filled up. Hey, no worries, Francisco. Thanks for dropping by and just being here. I appreciate you. I don't know if that's on there, One Line of Me. Any language, yes. 4:55? It says 7:26 in New Delhi. Evening, okay. Okay, 1 time zone. France has 11 time zones? Jeez. I just assume if I have London, then I kind of have France covered because they're just a few hours away, right? I don't know. Not good with geography. My beard makes my GitHub avatar look like the anonymous logo. Some have said this. Alka, you say you don't have your laptop? I don't think I'm going to run downstairs to play. That's okay. That's okay. Do they have Erlang? They might have Erlang. I don't know. There's that link again if you need it. Found a bug in Coors that allowed me to complete a 1Q with less than 20 characters. Is it like, did you not complete the actual challenge, but you still were able to get it? That's crazy. And hello, Tony Man. Thanks again for that Twitch Prime sub. And actually, if you're new to Twitch, type 1 in the chat if you're new to Twitch, because I have just the thing for you if you're new to Twitch. Well, thank you, iKrish. I mean, I know there are a lot of people that watch from India. Like from based on my YouTube stats. I think it's like the 3rd most watched country. Hello. Hey, GamerCat Nico. Welcome. All right, Clash is starting. Here we go. Wait, is it broken? It didn't start. Okay, here we go. If you do ! Prime in the chat, if you have Amazon Prime, you can link it to Twitch, and you get a free sub, which supports me. So my most recent subs were all Twitch Prime subs, and if you have Amazon Prime, you're not using it on anyone else, I would appreciate it if you use it on me. There we go. Hashtag sellout. Cool. So this is shortest mode. We have 15 minutes to solve this this problem, this challenge. And you must do it in the shortest number of characters. So if you scroll over to the right where you put your code in, you can see your code size right there. And comments count. So you absolutely want to remove comments because that's going to reduce your code size. You don't get the challenge. Well, we'll figure it out. Sometimes they're really hard. Sometimes I don't understand them, but we try to break it down. But you want to get this as small as possible. I'll give you a pro tip. If you're using JavaScript, they add this global called print instead of console log, which will save you on some characters. Now, let's read the problem and see if we can figure it out. Often, I hope you wash your clothes. Well, you know, I've been doing laundry like once a month because I'm just at home all the time. I don't know. Okay, and sometimes a sock disappears. So we wash our clothes and sometimes a sock disappears. Now you're in front of your washing machine and you empty it. While emptying, you want to know if you have lost socks and which one. Okay, so I'm thinking we need to find pairs of socks. Any leftover socks are lost socks that don't have a pair with them. So let n be the number of clothes and underwear in the washing machine. And then the next n lines are the clothes type, the clothes size, and the clothes color, a string, an int, and a string. A sock has the sock clothes type, Pants have the pants type, t-shirt has the t-shirt clothes type, and so on. A sock is the same as any other if they have the same clothes type, clothes size, and clothes color. So I think we haven't seen the inputs yet, but I think basically we're going to see a bunch of different inputs of things that are in the laundry. And it's going to give us the type, the size, and the color. And we need to start grouping socks together by type, size, and color. And if we have any socks that don't have a pair, that's how many lost socks we have. Underwear isn't clothes, I guess. Oh, that's true, because the problem description mentioned underwear. Yeah, don't wash your underwear. Okay, first line, the number of disappeared socks. Then the sock size and the sock color separated by a space. The sock size and sock color of all missing socks separated by a new line. Okay, maybe my assumption was wrong. Nothing if all socks are back from the washing. Socks must be in the numerical then alphabetical order. That means socks must be sorted by their size, and if they have the same size, by their colors. Okay, so we're given an input like this. 5 is going to be is the first line of input, and it's the number of clothes that are going to be on the next lines. So we see t-shirt 2 blue, sock 42 red, sock 42 red, short 7 white, and then sock 37 gray. So in this particular input, a sock, sock's 37 gray. What is 37? The sock size. Okay. So in this particular input, that is the one that has the missing sock, because there's no sock that matches up with it. Please solve it, and I will gladly copy it. I think I have an idea on how to do it. And for those of you just joining and you're asking questions, I apologize. We're going to focus on this challenge because I only have 11 minutes left. I wasted 4 minutes just trying to understand the problem. But when we're done, we'll say hello to everyone. We'll answer chats and stuff like that. And so if you're new to a coding game as well, click this little button right here, and you can see the test input. So we can see in this input, sock 37 gray is the missing sock. In this input, blue striped red is the missing sock because there's 2 purple socks. In this input, sock 12 brown doesn't have a matching pair. 31 gray. Okay, so basically, if there are multiple socks that don't have a matching pair, you need to output them on a new line. Okay. So here's the plan. We actually don't. I don't believe that we need in, because we can do a while loop to read while there's still input. Who wears size 42 socks? It could be centimeters, right? I don't know international sock sizes. But because this is shortest mode, I'm going to do my best to write it in a very short way while still trying to solve it. I don't know. We have 10 minutes. And hello, one line of me. Welcome. And Leon, welcome. And thank you, Basant, for that follow. Okay. So we do the first read line. That gets the number of inputs. At this point, we don't actually care about that because we can just use a while loop and read until there's no more input. So I'm going to do a while loop, and then I need a variable that's going to be assigned to the next line of input. So I'll just call it L, and that's going to be equal to read line invoked. So while there is a line, let's do the thing. I guess I could technically use a for loop. For loops? No, we're going to use a while loop. 42 is a normal Euromen size. Okay, that's good to know. Centimeters, right? Right, we're going to use a while loop. So that's going to read each line, and then we should get access to the clothes type, the size, and the color, T, S, and C. And that's going to be equal to that particular line split. Like that. And let's make sure this works, that we're actually getting this T, S, and C variable. So I'm going to print T, S, and C. And actually, a tip here is if you do console.error, you can debug the output without getting the wrong test output. So I'm just going to do this first case. And we can see that I am outputting the type, the size, and the color. Awesome. So what I'm going to do also is I'm going to keep track of all my socks. So I'm going to call this B for bag. And this is going to be an object. I'm going to keep track of all of the socks, and each sock that we see, I'm going to put it in there and with its count, and then at the end of it all, any sock that only occurs once, we're going to print them out. That's the plan. Yeah, there we go. Alka's got the pseudocode, but we're gonna do it. Coding Clash is not hosted on servers. It's hosted on washing machines. That's actually really funny, Depopon. Okay, so we have the 3 things. Now we want to do something with it. I have this B, which is like my laundry bag. It's not too late to say hello. Hello, Moshiko. Okay. So we have the bag, and in that bag, we only want to put it in the bag. Actually, no, we always want to put it in the bag. So I'll say the bag at the, and we only want to do this if the type is equal to sock. So if the type is sock, then we're going to say bag at the, basically the combined value of the type, the color, the size, and the color. So I can just do T, actually, let's just use the line, L, because that way we don't have to combine it. That'll be the type, the size, and the color. And so we'll say that equals itself or 0 plus 1. So we put it in the bag. Otherwise, don't do anything. Put it in the bag, and at the end of it all, we should have the counts of all the things. So I'm going to print my bag of clothes. So here we go. We got sock 42 red 2 and sock 37 gray 1. Awesome. So now all we need is every item in this object where the count is 1, and we're gonna print it out. So I could just do, yeah, mad skills. I don't know about that, Cheyenne. I guess nobody's ever tried it before, but I might have to do something special to get modified emotes showing up. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so now that we have the object, we need to iterate over it. I guess I don't really want a while loop. I could do object.entries. Let's just try object.entries. Object.entries on B, that's going to give us an array of arrays where it has the keys, which is the type and the values. And then really for each one, modified emotes work the same. Okay. Modulo 2 does not equal 1. Yeah, we basically have to find the shortest way to find if the count is 1 and not 2. We've only got 5 minutes and 45 seconds. We can do it. Thank you, Jolt32, for that posture check. So get the entries, and then for each one, we're going to get access to the type and the count. And then if the count is equal to 1, yeah, so somebody mentioned we could use mod, so we could say if it's equal to 1, then print the type, else do nothing. Oh, we need to first print the number of missing items. I see. So in this case, it would actually, so the output has to be the number of missing socks. Like if we look in like the third case, yeah, you have to show the number of missing socks first. So we actually need the number of keys first. So I think it makes sense to do this, to have a filter so that way we can get the count. So like, well, let's call it A for all, and then we'll do a filter on each item where the count equals 1. And we don't need that. Okay, so that's going to give us back all. And then we need to print all.length. So that should give us back 1. Cool. And now we need to print each of the items itself. And thank you, Pull-Up, for that Twitch Prime sub. Much appreciated. Can we get some emotes in the chat? As a subscriber, you now get access to the Coding Garden emotes. Not count, size. Really? Count won't be anything. No, it will be. It will be. Check it, Alka. Because like in this case, there are 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 missing socks. Okay. And are they ordered by size? Let's see. Yeah, they're ordered by size too. Ugh. This is getting trickier and trickier by the second. Okay, so we need to sort it. Yeah, so, well, if the input is already sorted, the input's not sorted. Yeah, because we get sock 37 first. All right, so we need to sort it. We're going to do, we only got 3 minutes. We can do this. We can do this. So it gives us the type. Now it might, so I'm storing it as a string, so we're going to waste some characters here, but that's fine. Because the type is technically, we have to split that. And then grab the first item to get the size. and we need to turn that into a number. Okay, so that should sort by size. Print the length, and then we need to iterate over each item. We'll use a map because it's shorter than a for each, but we're not actually creating a new thing. Alka says, I wish I was doing this one. I only have 3 minutes left. We can do this. We'll see, Doc. I could probably comment out this line, but we'll see. So then we get the type, and actually this is like that type. So we get the type, and then we want to print type.split I'm wasting characters here, but I'm running out of time. We need to get rid of the first item because we don't want to show that it's a sock. And then we need to join it together on a space. I'm wasting characters. I know, but I think this will solve it. Okay, so it didn't work in this case. Let's not sort it. No! 42 brown, expected 12 brown. Oh, okay, well then, actually, we do need to sort it. But I need to get, so we're sorting it by size. Yeah, so that should be, if I split it on 1. Yeah, because there's 12 brown. It's not being sorted. Oh, I totally forgot. We have to use the actual sort algorithm. So this is like, I need new variable names. I need like W. We got 1 minute. We can do this. We got W, and we've got, let's call it K. And we want to do, I'm wasted so many characters, but if I had more time, we could have done this. We want W minus K with the same thing. Yeah, so that does it. All right, I got 50 seconds. I think I solved it. Yeah, we solved it. Let's go ahead and... Oh, no! Found 1, expected 2. Are you kidding me? Sorted by size and color. I've only got 37 seconds. Okay, so because I only have 37 seconds, I'm just going to remove as much space as I can. We'll get the majority of them right. But technically, I needed to update this. Let's see if I can do it. 21 seconds. That, or, because if that's 0, then we'll do the color, which is 2. I can't see. It's 7 seconds. No, I missed one. Oh well. So I'll use my current code. I'm not gonna get 100%. Let's see what percentage I get. 87% at the last second. That's not bad. This was a tricky problem, and I was solving it while being shortened. Yeah, so I'll talk about my solution. Yeah, I was I was embedded in trying to solve that thing. But let's talk about like all the weird things that I did. And great job to Terrazoid, who did it in 160 characters. Everyone took the most amount of time too. Surprisingly hard. UStation got 100. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna review the top 3 solutions. We're gonna try to break them down and talk about like all this weird syntax that we're using. And if you're new to all of this, the purpose of this particular challenge was to, well, not the purpose, the goal was to get the least number of characters, which is why I was writing single letter variable names and stuff like that. I don't normally write code like that, but that's what you want. All right, I probably missed a bunch of chats. Let me see. I'm just gonna scroll back. Let me see if I missed any follows. Oh, hello. Basant, Fool, Ignorado, and Accuse, and Bode Gagato, thank you for those follows. I appreciate you. What else? It can be 3 socks. Oh, that's probably where I got it wrong. Thank you, Life with Bugs. Yeah, it's not the one with the count where the count is 1. It's the one where the count is odd. You're absolutely right. So that's probably where I got that I missed 87%, or I missed some of them because I only got 87% correct. And I should have done what Life with Bugs was mentioning. I didn't see the chat. Dang it. But I'm pretty proud of this solution. I didn't really get any help on it, and I solved it myself. We got 87%. I use a Mac. It's hosted on smart toasters. Yeah, so Alka's pseudocode was make an object, keys are combined sock size color, loop through close, ignore the socks, add the key if it's a non-existing match, remove the key on match, remaining keys are unmatched socks to be logged. Yes, so that's what we solved. But on top of that, you now needed to sort, after finding them all, you needed to sort them by count and color. Whew. All right, I probably missed a bunch of chats. I'm sorry. Envy redeemed, take a break. I missed it. Get your points back. You're a mod. You can put your get your points back. What's happening in the second part of the ternary statement? I'll try to show that in a second. Are the parentheses on live 5 necessary? Probably not. And Palop, thanks again for that Twitch Prime sub. Yeah, I don't know. All right, see you later, Brooks. Thanks for hanging out with us. How many years did it take to be good at JavaScript? I'm still not good at JavaScript. just keep trying. Kibasho, what's up? Instead of B at element or 0 plus 1, I could do... Ah, that's a... Thank you, Mihai. I'm not good with bitwise operators, but yeah, that would work. I'm going through Python slowly and totally understanding it. That's good. All right, so we'll talk about this split thing. I'm sure Terrazoid probably used it if they got it in 160 characters. So we'll look at their solution. And thank you again for all those follows. All right, Alka, it's addicting, right? Like, I can't just watch people play this game. Once I see people playing, I'm like, oh, I could do better. I want to participate. But yeah. Oh, no, Euclidean Ace. Were you participate? Oh, you got 87% too. That sucks. And hello, Python. Python IDE. Is this math related? I guess the sorting was kind of math related. And thanks for that follow, Python IDE. Yerbas, let's take a sip of yerba. Yeah, this website is great. I really like it. And Vibranium Data, thank you for that follow. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Jonah Joe, for that hydrate. I know where he's the she-boss. Thanks for being here. We just got one challenge done. All right, here we go. And hello, Sarath. Now, I'm going to look at the top 3, and then we're going to look at anything that was done in an interesting language that we don't normally see, like Lua. I'm definitely going to look at the Lua solutions, and then we'll move on to another challenge. So, Terrazoid, in 160 characters, let's see what they did. Aha! So, they have created a set. So, a set is a data structure where it has, actually has just unique items. So let's see what they do. So they store readline in R. So readline is the function that reads the next line of input. And by putting it in a variable called R, you can save some characters. So read the first line, very similar to what I did because we don't actually need the in. And hello, Alka, welcome to the challenges. And then we create a set, we call it P, and then we read each line. Now, so what is, oh, the line. Oh. That's a great way to check if it's a sock. Oh, okay. So what I did was I literally said, if the type is sock. But what Terrazoid did before splitting it was, if the second character is an O, then we know that it's a sock. Huh? Can we get some big brain emotes in the chat? That's awesome. That saves a bunch of characters because I think the only types were like sock and pants or whatever, but big brain, yeah. I don't know if that's actually an emote, but just brains in the chat. It's awesome. But yeah, because if the second character, well played, if the second character is an O, then it's a sock. That's awesome. Great work, Terrazoid. So if it is a sock, we then, it's beautiful. If I had time to actually solve it and shorten my solution, I could have done something like this, but this is awesome. So if we know that it's a sock, then we're going to go ahead and split it and extract out the size and the color. So that's what we're doing here. We're splitting it. We get back the size and the color. At this point, we can ignore the fact that it's a sock because we already know that it's a sock. Awesome. Now, the key, I guess, the key in our set is now going to be size space color. Quick stretch. Hello, Greg. Did you win? I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't think you're in the top 3. So we create our key, which is the unique thing about this item, which is potentially unique thing, which is the size and the color. And then we check to see if it's in our set. So I see how you're using the set now. If it's already in the set, delete it. But if it's not in the set, put it in. And that way at the end, we just have to use the values that are already in the set. And thank you, Tasman, for that follow, and ArtPab for that follow. Super big text. Okay, so yeah, that's awesome. We use the set. If we've seen it before, get rid of it, because then that means we found a pair to the matching to the sock. And if we haven't seen it before, then we put it back into the set. Now at the end, we print the size of the set. We then turn that set into an array, which is going to give us an array of arrays, very similar to object.entries. And then apparently the default sort just works. You don't actually need a comparison function. That's awesome. And then for each item, print out the, wait. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. For each item, you then print out, oh, I see. Yeah, you could just use the built-in sort, because at this point we're sorting strings. And I think you got lucky. I think you got lucky because the built-in sort would have broken for certain number pairs. Maybe you didn't get lucky. Maybe you tried it in both ways. But Terrazoid, this is amazing. Great work. Let me talk real quick about this split backtick thing, if you've never seen that in JavaScript. So, here comes the JavaScript console. Wait, what? What are you talking about, Infomath? Okay, so if we have a string that's like my name, CJR, we can do .split, and we can pass in a string like that, and then we get back an array where that string is split on spaces. Each item in between spaces gets put into the array. Okay, so what the heck is happening when we do this? Because technically it works in the same way. Well, in JavaScript, it was introduced in ES 2015, ECMAScript 2015. You now have template literals. So template literals actually allow you to basically do string concatenation. It's kind of like a printf, but you can concatenate strings and you can interpolate variables into the string itself. So if I say like var num equals 42, now that I have that variable, I could say like var answer equals backticks. I want to reference that number, and I'll say like the answer is num. And so this is a way of taking a variable and putting it into a string. And then if we look at, oh, what did I do wrong? Var answer equals backtick. The answer is that. Okay, now if we look at answer, we get that with the number inside of it. So that's the thing that backticks are mostly useful for, is string interpolation. Answer. Yeah, I want to pronounce that W. Are Infomath Music and Portal Gaming the only people in the chat right now? That's funny. Okay. What are you talking about, Infomath? Calm down. Calm down. What are you talking about? Are you okay? Unhot, welcome. Okay, so that's what backticks are. Now, the interesting thing about backticks is you can also introduce a tagged function that can do special things with that backtick, with that template string. And what Infi is showing is this project, lit.html, actually takes advantage of that to give you special template functions that can do things like create DOM elements. So with lit.html, you actually get this template function called HTML. You can pass an HTML string into it. So notice we have the tagged function HTML, we have our backticks, and then we have some HTML code here. Now, the interesting thing is this lit.html library has implemented this tagged function, HTML, to actually turn this string into real DOM elements, to actually parse it and create elements and set their text content and actually create a render function very similar to React. But that's the thing that you can, one of the types of things that you can do with tag template functions. You get access to the string itself, it tells you where the variables are, and you can do things with it. Now, where this comes into play with split is we're basically using split as a tagged template function for template literals. And that removes 2 characters because we don't have to invoke it with the quotes. So it's like we're saying, hey, template literals, use this tag template function as your function to be executed. And then split gets invoked with a single quote, and it just works like it normally should. We're basically abusing the fact that template you can have tag template literals. So that's basically what's happening there. Hopefully that explanation helped out. Lit. Hello, Zero Crypt. We're actually playing a game. Is there a way to use the new Raspberry Pi HQ camera as a camera on OBS? I don't think so. You would have to have OBS running on the Raspberry Pi. What's up, Florin? Welcome. Lit. Yeah. Yeah, so lit HTML is really cool. This is the future of front-end web development. I believe there's lit component. There's a library that's written on top of this that just adds a little bit more that makes it really easy to write web components. Hello, Sakthevel. Welcome. And if you're more interested in template literals, literal, how many kilobytes per second is needed to stream at 1080p? I think you could even stream at, you could upload at like 100 kilobytes a second. But there may be some lag. Speak more about lit HTML. You know what? I was thinking that this weekend I will do a front-end face-off, a front-end showdown. So if you look on my YouTube channel, it was probably more than a year ago, I did, what was it called? Coding Garden front-end face-off. So I did this right here. So this was, it was over a year ago. This was May 14th, 2018. It will actually be 2 years. 2 years ago. But I did a live stream where I built the exact same application with React, Angular, Vue.js, and vanilla JavaScript. And we built them one after another, and we compared the differences. I think I want to do that this Saturday. I think that's what I want to do. And we could introduce lit HTML into the mix. And also Svelte. I don't know, we could probably vote on the top 3 or 4 most popular. But yeah, type 1 in the chat if you would watch that. But, okay. And then if you're interested in template literals, check out MDN, and you can see they'll talk right here about tagged templates. That breaks it down a little bit more of how you can actually use it. 1, 1, 1. All right, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Nice. 1, 1. Flask? Well, Flask is not a front-end framework. It's a front-end framework showdown. So if you're interested in that backtick thing, check that out. Great job to Terrazoid, and thank you, Thursday48, for that follow. I think I missed some other follows as well. I need to focus this input when I search. Stutterrat, Artpav, Tasman, Vibrant, thank you all for those follows. Much appreciated. 1 to the power of 1,000. All right, great job, Terrazoid. We're going to look at Kitayonic, who did it in Python in 208 characters, and thank you, Philippe, for that follow. Okay, this is a little more verbose. We're going to try to break it down. So we have a dictionary called A, and then for every item in the input, we're going to do something with it. We read in the line and split it. So that gives us back the type, the size, and the color. And then if the type is a sock, and if S and C are already in A, increment them, otherwise set it to 1. So this is similar to what I was doing, if you could even understand my code, is basically in our dictionary, we're setting the size and the color, and then incrementing it each time we see a sock of that type. And thank you, Lockie, for that follow. Now we have a dictionary that is the counts of all of the socks, and for every item, if it's not even, this is the thing that I missed, I think, because I was checking if the count is 1, but you could have had 3 socks, which means that 1 was still extra. So if the count is even in that dictionary, we are going to put that back into A. So we're basically filtering out anything that's not even. We then sort it, print the length, and then print each item. Great. Python is great. All right. And then third place, got Python. I'm proud of JavaScript, because usually Python or Ruby beats us in the shortest code. Great job, Terrazoid. You killed it. You killed it with 160 characters. All right, and Mokavako did it in Python as well. Let's see what they did. So they have an array, and then for every item in the number of inputs, we grab the input. If it is a sock, we remove it if we've seen it before. So, wait, what is S? Oh yeah, S is the array. So if that sock has been seen before, we remove it. This is very similar to what Terrazoid did, where as we iterate, we remove things that we've seen before instead of keeping track of the count. Otherwise, we add it. Then we sort it based on this sort function. And I guess we give the things that we care about. So sort by size first, and then sort by color, maybe? Excuse me. And then print out the length, and then for each item, print each one. Great work. We saw my solution, which I submitted at the last second. I still got 87%, but it took me the whole time to figure it out. I'll talk about really quick what I did right here in this sort that actually saved me. This actually got a few of them right. But basically, I said sort by the size first, because that's the item at 1. And if the difference is 0, then that means they're the same. So that means we actually want to sort by the color instead. So I say if that's 0, then we return the difference of those two. And that seemed to work. All right, we're going to take a look at Euclidean aces. They did it in Lua. Lua is always fun to look at. 551 characters. They have to be sorted. Josh also did it in Lua, but they got 75%. All right, let's look at this one, and then we'll do one more challenge. So read the line in. We have all of the close. And Brandon has a question. Could I use a template literal with print or console log to print things with less characters? Something like console log show... I need to look at your Twitch chat, because my chat manager ate it. Console.log show answer. I've never tried that. It gives back an array. Yeah, so if you check out that MDN article, it'll show you that when you create a tab template function, you get 3 parameters, and the first one I think is an array of all of the strings, not the arguments. So you'd get some tricky results by doing that. The reason that split works is because we're only passing in an empty string. But yeah. Infi has a stream idea. Check out smaller front-end frameworks without any preparation. That could be fun. Yeah. Hello, Yataic. I'm closer to claiming my code review. That's awesome. This implies you can chain template literals. I don't know. All right, let's get through this, and then we'll do one more challenge. Or we're going to do more than that. We've got time. Plenty of time. All right, so we have a dictionary of all the clothes. For every item in the number of lines, read that given line. If that line is a sock, then... And this is Lua. This is a language I know very little about, but I think that's what's happening so far. So if it's a sock, then we're going to put it in there. We're getting the substring of that line. So the substring is going to extract out, I'm guessing, so from -1 means, so from 6 to -1 means go from the 6 indice, which is going to be SOCK space. So we're skipping over the word sock, and we're grabbing the rest of it, which is the size and the color. And so the size and the color in there is equal to itself for 1, and then add 1. It's very similar to what I did. And then, now that we have all of the counts of the socks, we iterate over them. And if there is an odd number, we then keep track of it. And so we have, what is table? Table.insert, okay, socks. So socks are going to be the ones that the odd man's out, the socks that are missing their pair. And we're putting them in with the size, because this is a string matcher to find any digit, and the color. So that's an interesting way to do it, where basically we're extracting out the size based on the fact that it's a digit, and then extracting out the color based on the fact that it is characters. And we're putting that into our table. Then we print the length. That's super interesting. In Lua, you can just do hashtag. Hashtag dictionary, and that gives you the length of the dictionary. And then we're going to, or the length of the table, and then we're going to sort that table based on the counts, or sorry, the size, based on the size, and then we print it out. But I think where they went wrong is it has to be sorted by the color as well. But great work, Euclidean Ace in Lua. Josh tried to shorten their answer. They only got 75%, so let's take a look. It's cold in the South Hemisphere, so all this socks talking is somewhat comforting. All right, there's a lot going on here. So read in the line. We have a L, which is assigned to be our table or our dictionary. For each line, read it in and match I'm guessing we're matching the first white space. And then... Oh. What's happening here? Global match, %s plus. Is %s white space? Or is that the letter S for sock? I think it's white space. And we're basically, this right here gets stored in a function called in, I believe. Okay. Oh, I see. It finds the first the first occurrence of white space. So each time we call it, it's almost like a generator function. So the first time we call it, we're going to get the type. The second time we call it, we're going to get the size. And the third time we call it, we're going to get the count. It's like a generator function. That's super cool. Correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but I think that's what's happening. Because basically we take that line of input and turn it into a function that can return the next thing after the space each time. That's super cool. And then if it's a sock, we do this stuff. We put it in our dictionary. We subtract the size? What is S? Yeah, S is the size. I wonder why we're subtracting the size. Oh, we're keeping track of... Oh, that might have been where you went wrong, because if you start to add up these sizes, you're going to lose that data, because there potentially could be like 3 different socks that are all the same color but different sizes. You're actually on time, Cole. Yeah, we're about to do another one. We're just reviewing the top solutions. Let's take a quick stretch, quick break. Okay, I think that might have been where you went wrong, Josh, is by storing the size in this table, you're losing some data. And then for every item, if it's greater than 0, meaning you didn't subtract everything, then you're going to print it out. But I think that's what went wrong, is if there are 2 missing socks with 2 different sizes, then you have the wrong size. Great work. Let's do another one. So if you're new to all of this, you can go to codinggame.com. I'm going to share a link in the chat. You can click that link and join us. We're going to get a random challenge. We don't know what it's going to be. It'll be of a random type. So just listen to me and I will guide you to what you'll have to do when that challenge shows up. Here we go. And let me see if I missed any follows. I didn't. I don't think I did. Thursday 48, thanks for being here. I don't know if I said your name earlier. New match. And help us fill out this room. We want to fill up all 100 spaces. There's Alka. Alka's going to participate. And Ray Coco, welcome. Thanks for following. Let's see. I grabbed socks before I went out the door. Only realized why after I was halfway through putting them on. It's like a subconscious thing. Like, why did I just put socks on? The complement of white space. Okay, so that's not white space a word. So that generator function was matching each word. Yeah. Is Informath Music just a chatbot today? Like, what's going on with Informath? Are you okay? Informath, type 1 if you're okay. Type 1 if you're actually there. We don't get to choose the mode, so it's going to be random. It's either going to be... Okay, well, that's Portal Gaming. That's not Informath. We don't get to choose. It'll be either shortest mode, which is the one we just saw, fastest mode, which is who can complete it the fastest, doesn't matter the length, and then there's reverse, which is given the inputs and the outputs, you have to figure out what code to write based on that. Yeah, I can see your name. Oh, nice, Glitchy Bite. That's good to hear. Yeah, because there is the Pac-Man challenge that's happening right now. I didn't really have the time to participate, so we're just doing clashes. He only spoke once since the start of this live. Is it a chatbot? Like, what's happening, Informath? And hello, Sean. Welcome. Welcome. All right, this is reverse mode. This is fun. You're going to have 15 minutes to solve this. The first one to solve it does win. But here we go. You are given... on the left-hand side, the the input, and on the right-hand side, what that output needs to be. Now, I think I already know what this input is. Oh, man. Oh, it's crazy. Okay. type number because it's easy to see instead of like, and it's also easy to type. I don't know. I'll ask you to type something else next time. But I think I see what's happening. So you get 2 lines of input, this, and this is your output. It is a string shift. I didn't want to say it out loud because other people might get an advantage, but it's super interesting because we go forward, forward, back, back, forward, back, and it ends up in the same place. And then back, 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 and it ends up in the same place. Okay. But I think what I'm going to do is write a general shift function, which can shift the letters in a string either forwards or backwards, and then we can just call that any number of times. So that's my plan. So we'll have a function called shift string. Okay, now I hate this game. So it takes in the input, and then we want to create a new output. So we'll say let output. And then we want to iterate over each letter in the string. We could technically split it, reduce it. No. We're going to just do a for loop. So we're going to iterate from I equals 0 up to the input length. So while I is less than the input length, I++. And then we need the direction. It's either going forward 1 or backwards 1. Hello, Murdoch. Welcome. VIP Murdoch. They're actually the one that initially created that overlay over there. Welcome to the show. Okay. So Informath has a bot and a regular person too. Okay. Yeah, I saw Dino. Yeah, I've seen it before. It's pretty cool. I haven't used it, but it looks cool. That's my opinion about it. It looks cool. So we're going to iterate over that input string, and then we're going to say output plus equals input at I plus the direction, but we want that to be modded by the length. So we'll say input.length mod I plus direction, because if we shift backwards, then the 0th index becomes the last index. And then after this, we should return the output. So I think this is our shift function. Let me make sure that it works. So there's our shift string. And if I say shift string hello world with 1, output is not defined. Oh, I misspelled output. 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 Okay. Var. Let will work. Oh, oh no, it's in a function. It should be okay. So let's see. It does not work. It does not work at all. So this should, if we do, let's look at what their input was. And here's my guess. Somebody did it in Python and they're already done. Let's see. Yes, Tibet. that was my guess. Let's try this input because we should get back D hello co. Yeah, I'm messing up. So. Hey, no, you stop at Portal Gaming. We'll get there. I want to do this modulo stuff, and we still have how long? 10 minutes. We have 10 minutes. So we need to get the indice at the next one. So input at 0. If the direction is going forward, input at 0 needs to be the last one. The last one in the string, and this math isn't going to work in that case. So if we need 0 to turn into... No, if we need the length of the string, so like 5 needs to turn into 0. I want the mod the other way around. All right, so I'll do I plus direction modded by the length. And so if I is 0 and the direction is 1... then we're going to say output plus equals The next value. Okay, so I think we're good except for the first and the last values. And that might be where we're going wrong. But then we can just have a special case for the first and the last values. If the direction is negative, I need to adjust the math. Huh. You know what? We're going to go from... I'm just going to do it in a very verbose way. So if the direction is 1, then we're going to do this. Then we don't have to do any weird math. This is my plan. So if the direction is 1, then we have I start at 0, go up to input.length minus 1, and then we just say output at I plus 1. And then output is now going to be input at the end at input.length minus 1 plus the output plus input at 0. It was the fastest win at the end. Yeah. So I think this will get us there. So this will, if we're shifting forward, I think this is all we need to do. So we have shift string, and then we can do this. That works, right? Easy enough. And then if we're going backwards, we just do the opposite logic. de.hello.co. Oh no. Wait, what? I got it wrong. 1 does not equal 0. Oh, when we're shifting forward, if we're going forward by 1, then... Oh, we have to shift 3 times. Shift 3 times. That's why we got that output. So then if we call it again with this... And then we call it again with this. It's still broken. It's still broken. Var I. What am I doing wrong? Okay, I say we start at the second character. Right? Start at the second character to shift forward by 1. Let I minus equals 0. I equals 0. I don't know. I have a feeling we're not going to get... Alka's already done. I just can't think... we just need to shift a string. That's the only problem we're trying to solve right now. If everything is going forward 1, then... Oh, I minus 1. I minus 1. Did somebody tell me that? So, the input at 1 should be the character that came before it. Ah, and then we just change that logic for the left shift. I believe in you. Thank you, Euclidean ace. So we do that once. And then we take that output. Wait, I lost a character. I lost a character. You like my mod solution? Why did I lose a character? I can't math. It's real great. All right, I don't know. I've only got 5 minutes. I want to be able to figure this out with the way I was. Okay, we'll figure it out. And thank you, Glitchbite, for that follow. Start at 0 and get char I plus 1. Oh, okay. And then at the end of it all, we just say output, and we can go up to the length. Yeah. We go all the way up to the end. So I plus 1, well, no, we'll go to length minus 1. So then that's going to shift everything forward 1. So go forward. I mean, you know, I'm just getting help from the chat, but quick stretch. And mate, thank you for that follow. I realize where I stand, it looks like my shirt says COD instead of code. Can we get some fish emotes in the chat? Fish emojis? COD. Okay. Shift everything forward 1. And then when we get to the end, we actually need to take what was originally at the end and put it at the beginning. So we need to say output. Oh, that's cool. We take the last one and put it at the beginning. So output at output dot length -1. This is our shift forward function. We only have to slightly modify it to get our shift backwards function. We've got 4 minutes left. We can do this. I believe in me. Oh no. Unexpected identifier? What? Oh, output plus. I believe in me. There's our shift string. If we call shift string with hello code, oh no, do I still need the same thing? Should be from input. The output will be missing a character. Thank you, Nitrixin. Thank you very much. That was the error. Whew. We'll get there. We'll get there. That's our shift string function. It is not shifting it forward. Ugh. We can do this. We can do this. What? We can do this. Okay. Each letter in the output is going to be the next one. Hello, Scarab. You've arrived to me struggling with this probably easy problem. Look at all those fishies. Cod. 2 minutes left. I can't even shift a string. Okay. Output plus equals the next character. Now, the resulting output is going to be missing the first character. Wait, what? What? I don't even know. I have failed. If this was a job interview, I'm done. Actually, if this was a job interview, I'd probably be more focused on actually solving the problem and not, I mean, because there's no pressure. Minute 40 seconds, I don't care. What's going to happen in the end? If we shift forward by 1, it's literally the last character at the first. Oh my goodness. Is it that easy? If we're shifting forward by 1, is it literally just take the input, slice off the first character, and then take the no. Take the input, slice off the last character, and then put the last character at the beginning. This is our shift string function. Okay, if this works, I'm not going to be so mad. We still have a lot more work to do, though, actually. That didn't work. Slice -1. I'm not going to get it. I already know this. But we need to go from... we need to get the whole string 0, -1, I think. I just want to get I want to be able to shift forward by 1. That's my goal right here, because I'm already not going to complete this problem. There we go. I can shift forward 1. Thank you for the stretch. Oh, okay. And then otherwise, if the direction is -1, then we do kind of the same thing, but we take it from, so if we're going backwards 1, we take it from 1 to the end, and then we put the first character on the end. No, from 0, well, regardless. I can shift a string, though. You know, it took me 15 minutes, but I can shift a string. All right. Thank you all for participating. Coding game introduced achievements. Yeah, I think when you're participating in private classes, you actually don't get points, but yeah. When did you get the middle characters and place the rest according to the shift needs? I don't know if I did. I was thinking about that problem in a way too weird of a way. Surprisingly, people are still watching, even though I messed that up. But let's go ahead and see how people have solved it. Zabuza, hello. All right, did I miss any follows while I was struggling to not complete that challenge? Shines Love made it in the last second. I don't know. It's early. Mate Uspo, thanks for that follow. Much appreciated. Okay, here we go. Thibet did it in 3 minutes and 23 seconds in Python. Let's see what they did. The number of moves... That's amazing, actually. So the number of moves is the number of forward moves minus the number of backwards moves. Because if they cancel each other out, then there are 0 moves. But also, we can just do a single shuffle instead of multiple shuffles, which I was planning on doing once I got that shift function working. Look at this. Okay, so the number of moves. Now, we take the text from the end of the number of moves. Negative? From the end of the number of moves, and then we add that to the text. Somebody who knows Python, let me know what's happening here. I know that we're doing like a slice, but what does that mean? We're slicing it from the end here, and here we're slicing it from the beginning. You have that Twitch extension to get the reward points. That's nice. I don't think this would work if m is huge. That's when you would need like modulo. But I think m was the number of move was never longer than the input string itself. So /life says m positions from the end until the end, beginning until m positions from the end. So m positions from the end. So it's like a negative slice till the end, and this is from the beginning until the negative m solutions. Awesome. So this is like a slice. It's a beautiful solution, Thibet. I wasn't thinking about it in this way, but you did great. Wonderful job. First place. Alka got second place. They did it in 5 minutes. Let's take a look. So we read the line in. We then look, see how many moves we've got. And they do a similar thing. So they figure out what are the number of shifts that we need by counting the less than or greater than signs. And then if there's no shift, we're done. We just print out what we have. But if there is a shift, flip-flop it. If it was positive, make it negative. If it was negative, make it positive. And then if it's greater than 0, we just do the slice. Amazing work, Alka. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Wow. And so shift is going to be... And that's what I figured out at the last second, right? Remember, I figured out... not that. Yeah, slice 0 to -1, and it would have been -1, 0, and that would have grabbed the first one. Oh, beautiful. All right, Brandon did it in 6 minutes. Let's see. There are duplicates. They were different ones and simplified. Saints plays things with the raid. Welcome, raiders. Welcome. Oh, look, you got a new icon. Welcome, Saints Plays. Can we get a shout out for Saints Plays? They're a mod here on the Coding Garden. We're playing Clash of Code. This is my time slot for Clash of Code. Saints Plays. You can do Clash of Code whenever you want. But yeah, they were. Oh, actually, no, they weren't doing Clash of Code. They were doing the Spring Challenge, which is that Pac-Man thing. And hello, Das. Welcome. Hello, David. Saints Plays. Okay, so Brandon got 3rd place. Move forward. This is shift forward, and this is shift backwards, I think. So grab all of the letters, get the first one off, and put it at the end. Move backwards is get all the letters, take the last one off, and put it at the beginning. Beautiful work, Brandon. I could not figure out how to do... This is basically the function that I wanted to write, but with like a for loop. You did a great job. Great job. And then now that we have those functions, we can just call it a certain number of times. So for every move, if it's a forward move, move the stuff forward. If it's a backwards move, move the stuff backwards. At the end, you've got the answer. Wonderful job, Brandon. All right, let's look at some other solutions. We'll look at /life. If you share your solution, we'll take a look because it's in PHP, and PHP is interesting. Marion says, I didn't know which is which. I just baked them and switched the until they worked. Like, oh, which one to call? Like forward versus backward shift? Yeah. All right, we'll look at the Euclidean Aces Java Lua solution. Sorry, somebody said Java. So for every item, match anything. If it's so we're basically calculating the number of shifts. This is very similar to the count that that was done in Python. So we're calculating how many shifts do we need to do versus in sum total, forwards versus backwards. Once we have that, we then just do a substring. Beautiful. It's very similar to what Alka did with the slice function. And also in Python, but the syntax is a little bit different because it's brackets with the numbers separated by a colon. So that's nice. All right, let's look at /life in PHP. Read in the moves. Substring count. Sean, with the 100 bits. Thank you very much, Sean. Too kind. You're too kind. All right, what are we doing? Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's figure out what's happening here. So read in the... I think this is reading in the first 101 lines, and then we're doing something with it. And thank you, Pew, for that follow. So, string length moves. That is the number of moves that need to occur. Okay, so that's the line with the less than and greater than signs. We get that total length of moves. And then we subtract the number of left moves, or like backwards moves. And Portable Gaming, thanks for that, host. Times 2. I'm curious that works. This code is so weird. But I think what's happening, and thanks for that, host, Informath, as well. Yeah, but I think what's happening is ultimately you're trying to calculate the total number of moves that need to happen. /life says, don't ask me about lines 7 and 8. They were boilerplate. Okay, so I think that just reads in the stuff that you need. Supposedly normalize moves. Andrew Lane with the host. I need to disable the sound for host. I need to. But that's okay. Okay. The length of the moves minus 2 times all of the left moves. Are you just doing it? We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it right now. Stream overlay alerts. If the number of viewers is greater than 3, play a sound. I mean, I think they're hosting it as a joke because they're all people that are on the channel a lot. What do? We go here. We look for whenever we are hosted. And if the viewers are greater than 0, or no, greater than 3, then we play the sound. And no worries. I appreciate it if you host, but it's a little annoying to hear all of the notification sounds. Okay, so now you need at least 3 viewers to get a notification sound. Viewers greater than 1? Because I guess if you host, you're with yourself. All right, we'll do greater than 1. But there we go. Well, that's a raid. It's not a it's not a follow, a host. But welcome, raiders. Welcome, F. Bacheros, for the raid. We are currently doing Clash of Code, which is a competitive coding game. Yeah, check them out. Looks like you were working on an Azure URL shortener. That's pretty fun. But this is a competitive game. Right now I'm reviewing the solutions for the last one, and in a second we're going to do a new challenge. So if you'd like to join us, you can, and you can do it in C# if that's your language. But welcome. I'm just trying to figure out this PHP code because it's super weird. I'm going to take a quick stretch. Code. Um, count the number of moves, subtract the double of the number of left moves, then mod it by the length of the text, then add the length of the text, and then mod it by the length of the text. I have no idea how that gives you the exact number of moves, but great work. And then we do the same thing that other people were doing, and we just get the substring with that number of moves. Okay, let's see if anyone did it else in another interesting language. The student doctor did it in Dart. I didn't know you could use Dart. Pretty cool. They only got 50%, so there were some cases that didn't get through. Yep, and I completely fell flat on my face on this particular challenge. I got 0%. All right, let's do another one. Yeah, there is one in Ruby. We'll take a quick glance at it. Shine On did it in Ruby. Nice. Oh, and you got 100%. Submitted at the last second. Pterazoid's answer is nice. Let's see. Number of moves. Shift it. Pop it. That's beautiful. 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 Hello, Andrew. Welcome. Hello, Stefan. What's up? All right, we're going to do it. Yeah, we'll look at this Ruby solution, and then we'll do another challenge. Gits.chomp. Yeah, so that's a way to read a line in Ruby. Split it, I think, just to get the individual characters. And then if it's a forward shift, then we grab the value off of the end and then put it at the beginning. This is actually very similar to Pterazoid's solution. And thank you, Mr. Fudik, for that follow. Yeah, great work, Shine On. All right, see you later, Portal Gaming. Thanks for hanging out. Here we go. If you want to participate, you can go to codinggame.com to sign up. And we are going to play this game called Clash of Code. There are 3 modes. Actually, type 1 if you're new here. Type 1 if you've never seen this before. I'm going to explain it anyways, but it's good to know if you're just now joining the stream. You're not new. Sates plays. Welcome, Sarath. Moshiko. I don't plan on doing the spring challenge. And Dark Hero, welcome. And Morning. And Addy, welcome. And 88 and Lumerex and Shabam, welcome. I'm skipping over all the names that I know because I've seen you all here before. And Tomatron, thanks for that follow. Yeah, and I guess you can't do excuse me, you can't do Erlang. Press 0 to speak to the operator. Poor Life Choices, welcome. Pintapoff, welcome. Gary the Llama, you've been here before. And Harrison's been here before too. Cool. So there are 3 modes. Fastest is who can complete the challenge in the fastest amount of time, like the first one to complete it. And then shortest mode, who can complete the challenge in the least number of characters. And then reverse mode, which is you're given the inputs and the outputs, and you have to figure out what code to write based on that. This last challenge we did was actually in reverse mode. We figured out it was a string shift, but it was in reverse mode. I was never here. Impy, you've been here a very long time. So here it is. You can click this link in chat, and then and Mashiko with the tip, $1. Thank you very much, Mashiko. Did you leave a message? But click that link in the chat, and you will be able to join. And the clash will start in 2 minutes. But yeah, let me see if there's a message associated with that tip. No, not that. You've been here, Saints Place. You're a mod here. Come on. You're a founder. Look at the founder badge. Look at the mod badge. Stop trolling. I mean, you can troll. I guess that's okay. Yeah, no message from Moshiko, but thank you very much for that $1 donation. Your nephew owes me money. And anybody else that's just coming in, there's the link as well. Click that link. You can sign in. Join it. Oh, welcome, Simon. And Kobe. That's pretty cool. Did you have someone design your new avatar for you? The game itself only lasts 15 minutes, so whatever the mode may be, you have 15 minutes to complete the challenge. However, we usually take another 10-20 minutes after that to review all the top solutions and talk about different ways of solving it. Yeah. Nice. That's pretty cool. Oh, welcome, Coding Game. The actual Coding Game. Can we get a shout out for Coding Game? I don't know if you stream, but welcome. Day off. There we go. Oh, and there's well, the community manager of Coding Game. Welcome. We have some real coding gamers here. That's awesome. I'm probably going to fail, says 1320 day. Well, it's always fun to try. So I'll say if you're a beginner to coding, it can be a little bit discouraging because sometimes these problems seem to be very hard, but we'll figure it out. And thanks for that follow, Gartnick Flames. And Vindicator, thanks for that follow as well. Here we go. Fastest mode. All right. You have 15 minutes, but the first one to complete it technically wins the challenge. So here we go. Two people are playing a series of matchstick games. Every game starts with M matchsticks in a pile. Then, in turns, the players take 1, 2, or 3. Take a break. All right. We'll say this. I mean, it's going to prevent me from winning, but let's say I cannot actually write any code for 5 minutes. Okay, I cannot write any code for 10 minutes. So we have to wait literally, we literally have to wait 10 minutes before I can write code. I'm not redeeming anymore because if we waited 15 minutes, I wouldn't be able to participate. So all I can do is think about the problem and try to understand the problem for the next 10 minutes. No, get that back, Infy. Stop trolling. But I cannot write any code for 10 minutes. That's the thing. Okay. So every game starts with M matchsticks in a pile. Then in turns, the players take 1, 2, or 3 matches from the pile. The player to take the last matchstick loses the game. However, there's a twist. When the number of sticks gets to a value that fizzes or buzzes, multiples of 3 and 5, the players whose turn it was loses the game as well. This only applies after a player takes a turn. Stretch during a break. Okay. Come on, mods. Be nice to each other. And thank you, Saints Plays. Yeah. No breaks for the next at least 15 minutes. Okay. The player whose turn it was loses the game as well. Wait. When the number of sticks gets to a value that fizzes or buzzes, the player whose turn it was loses the game. This only applies after a player takes a turn, so when a game starts at a fizzing or buzzing number, this doesn't affect the win or losses. Okay. When a game ends, the number of matches is reset to M and the next player starts. The example contains 2 games consisting of 6 turns in total. All right, provide the number of games each player wins. Note that the players are not perfect players. This is definitely a 2Q. I think it's a very verbose description, but if we look at the actual inputs and outputs, it's kind of just going to deal with iteration. So line 1 is the number of matches. So that's the number of matches in the pile. Oh my dog. So there are 4 matches in the pile. Line 2 is the number of moves the players play in total. So 4 matches in the pile, 6 moves. The next in lines are the number of matches taken by the player whose turn it is. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 1. Wait, what? How can they have 6 moves if there are only 4 matches? Okay, so the output is a single line containing 2 numbers, the number of games won by the player who took the first turn, and the number of games won by the player who didn't take the first turn. Okay, are there just 2 players? Okay, there are 2 players. We figured that out. There are 2 players. And then it's the number of sticks picked up, right? So, look at that, Josh, first place with Lua. Great work, Josh. So we know that there are 4 sticks in the pile, and we know that there are 6 turns. So the first person picks 2. There are now 2 sticks left in the pile. The next person picks 1. There is now 1 stick left in the pile. The next person picks 1. There is now 0 sticks left in the pile. Who got the most sticks? It's a tie. What? Hello, Eternal Dev Coder. Okay. The players take 1, 2, or 3 matches from the pile. The player to take the last matchstick loses the game. I see. So, so player 1 takes 2. Player 2 takes 1. Player 1 takes 1, which is the last matchstick. And that means that player 1 won. All right. And then the next game, player 2 takes 1. Or sorry, takes 2. Player 1 takes 1. And then player 2 takes 1. The last one. So they lose. So player 1 won both games. Okay, so the output is a single line containing 2 numbers. The number of games won by the player who took the first turn, and the number of games won by the player who didn't take the first turn. Wait. Does that mean in the next game they switch sides? I guess that's true, Emphy. But I think they switch sides. 4 times 3 divided by 2 is how you get the moves. Player 1, light other player on fire with matches. Player 1 wins all games. You know, if it were just that easy. It's really hard to understand, but I think we just, okay. I guess I need to know the game of matches, because this says that the first player won 1 game and the second player won 1 game. But I think what that means is after the first game, whoever lost goes first in the next game. Can we confirm that? Can we confirm, is this how matches works? Every game starts with M matches in a pile. Then in turns, the players take 1, 2, or 3 matches from the pile. The player to take the last matchstick loses the game. We haven't accounted for this yet. When the number of sticks gets to a value that fizzes or buzzes, the players whose turn it was loses the game. And thank you, Ryburn, for that follow. When a game ends, the number of matches is reset to M, and the next player starts. So that makes sense. So when the game is over, we go back to 4 matches, and the second player becomes the first player to play. All right. Can I code this in 5 minutes? I don't know if I can. Provide the number of games. Okay, you know what? For the sake of content, I'm going to start coding. I'm sorry that I didn't redeem the whole 10-minute break, but I need to write some code, or otherwise I'm not going to be able to solve this. And I didn't solve the last one. I got to solve this. Okay. Here we go. A continuing flow of players. A, B. Time to code. Yeah, we're going to code. And can someone redeem focus mode, please? Because surprisingly, no one has redeemed that yet. Okay. Fizz buzzing a number if it's divisible by 3 or 5. So I think we need a place to store wins. And we can actually just use an array. So if you're player 0... then your wins are here, and if you're player 1, your wins are there. Exactly, Acid Spark. If the game starts with 4 matches, they're always going to win. Somebody redeem focus mode, please. Redeem focus mode, I beg you. And thank you, Solex, for that follow. Okay, so we need to store the number of wins. In is going to be the number of line. M is the number of matches. In is the number of lines. Okay. So... thank you, Win320day, for that focus mode. If the mods could please enable emote-only chat. We are going to solve this problem. I believe in me. We only have 7 minutes. But okay, now each line is... okay, so now we have... we can do current player. So let's say current player starts off as 0. And then this line is... and let's say let current matches left equals M. So it starts off as M. Now each line is going to be a particular gameplay. So X is going to be how many matches the current player takes. So we will say current matches left minus equals X. But before that, we kind of need to check. So we need to say if current matches left is equal to 1, right? So the loser is the one who takes the last matchstick. Is that accurate? The player who takes the last matchstick loses the game. Yeah, so if current matches left equals 1, then we have a loser. Quick stretch. Quick maths. So if current matches equals 1, we've got a loser. And we'll say wins at current player mod 2. 2 modded by the current player, because we're just going to increment the current player every time. And the division of anything mod 2 is either going to be... Wait, no, is that going to work? No. 0 or 1? Do we get back 0 or 1? I think this... I mean, I could... Okay, we're gonna write like verbose logic. So current matches left equals 1. Then we can say if current... I just can't think in a more efficient way when I only have 4 minutes left. So if current player is equal to 0, then we'll say wins at current player wins at 1 plus plus. Else, if the current player was 1, then we do wins at 0 plus plus. Okay, so this accounts for if there's only 1 matches left. What we also want is if there are not... Okay, so if there are 3 or 5... If the current matches left is divisible by 3 or 5. So, or current matches left mod 3 equals 0, or current matches left mod 5 is equal to 0, then the opposite player wins. Otherwise, we decrement current matches left, and then and if there's a winner, then we need to reset current matches left back to M. All right, did I do it right? Nope. Dang it. We only have 3 minutes. Oh, okay. So now, now that I have the wins, I need to just output the wins. And also, I need to switch who the current player is. So if current player equals 0, then we'll say current player equals 1. And if current player was 1, then current player equals 0. Here we go. Nope. I got 1 and 2. Decrement before checking. Check if less than or equal to 0. All right, I'm taking Alka's advice because I only have 2 minutes left. I didn't waste, but there was 8 minutes where I wasn't even working on this. And then we'll decrement first. Is that what you're saying? Nope, I still get 2. So, oh. No, I think my code was actually okay. Because check it. Look, I started my wins off at 0. I mean, I started my wins off at 1 instead of 0. So that works. Minute 43 seconds. Do we get it right? No! 4 and 5. Expected 0 and 1. Okay. Let's see what that test input looks like. A single game. We've got 2, 3. That's not a single game. Oh! Wait. Is it the current matches left divisible by 3 or 5? When the number of sticks gets to about... Okay. Alright, we're going to try to do what Alka said. Less than or equal, and then we decrement first. Nope. 2 and 2. Man! Oh, man. We've only got a minute left. So, we're getting 4 and 5 when we should have only got 0 and 1. Am I not switching players? So if the current player equals 0, then we set it to 1. Otherwise, we set the current player to 0. If the current player was 0, then not switching every time. We should be switching. Current player starts off as 0. It's not happening when you're decrementing. Oh, okay, that'll fix it. How many seconds do we have left? Regarded. I don't know if... Ah! No. You're absolutely right, Alka. Is I was not switching the player when we were decrementing moves. Ugh, so close. All right, we have to do one more. I've only completed like one clash this morning. Okay, the 2020 guy. Thank you for that follow. Okay, let's see how Josh did it in Lua in 4 minutes. You're not allowed to access this solution. Wait, what? Can I not see any of the solutions? All right. Coding game, if you're watching, I don't know why this is happening. I can't click this. Oh, there we go. Okay, weird. All right. Josh did it in Lua. I got bamboo. Yeah, it's true. It looks like it fixed itself, coding game. But yeah. If I would have had more time, I could have figured it out. But, you know, such is life. It's okay. We tried. All right. Josh did it in Lua. Read in the number of matches at the start of each game, the number of moves. Current number of matches is C. And thank you, Im Carvalho, for that follow. We have player 1 and player 2, the total number of wins, I'm guessing. The solution was removed due to a DMCA claim. No. All right, now we're going to look at each move, and X is the number of matches removed. We subtract that from the current count of matches. If the count left over is divisible by 3 or 5 or less than 0, then the game is over. We reset the total count to be the total number of matches. And if the current move is even, then that means player 2 won. Otherwise, player 1 won. Yeah, I needed to switch current player. That's the one thing that I missed. Great work. Yeah, it's number of matches left in the pile. Yeah. The thing is, a lot of people know about this matches game. I had only recently heard about this matches game. I don't really know. All right, Slash Life with PHP in at 549, and Tabad, I think that's how you say your name, is the coding game community manager. They got 3rd place in Java. That's awesome. Go back. We'll definitely take a look at that. Oh no! Did I lose it? Did I lose it? No. Yeah, can I click this link to get back to it? Oh, there's the Clash report. Thank you, Alka. You saved us. Oh yeah, it's probably right here too, huh? Yeah, that's the one. Thank you, coding game. Okay, so Slash Life and PHP. Now we have player equals 0, and then the wins. So player starts off as 0. La 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 la. What are you talking about? And then the number of matches left is lowercase m. But it starts off as m, which is the number of total matches. Mr. Demon Wolf, what's up? Everyone should check out Mr. Demon Wolf's channel. Drop him a follow. He is a member of our Live Coders team. You can see right down there. If you click the Live Coders, you can see all the other Live Coders that are streaming right now. Okay, now we're going to iterate. The total number of matches left gets decremented by the number that was pulled out. And then we swap players, either player 0 or player 1. That's a great way to do it. 1 minus the current player. Yeah, I was gonna add like if else logic. I'm pretty sure this is the only code that I needed to actually make my code work. Hello, M. Carval. Welcome. Well, thank you, Mr. Demon Wolf. I'm doing pretty good. This is our 3rd clash of the day, and I've only actually completed 1 clash. So, I don't know, but I'm still doing good. I don't mind. We're gonna do one more after this. So if m is divisible by 3 and m divisible is divisible by 5, do nothing. Oh no. Yeah, m mod 3. Oh no, this might be like falsy. I don't know if PHP has falsy values, but m mod 3 is no worries. Yeah, No big deal. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. I was going to keep streaming no matter what. There are certain perks, but yeah. Just because the chat troll. It's true. It's fun, though. Fun to see me getting trolled and not actually completing the challenges, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so in PHP, an undefined variable is interpreted as a string. So im mod 3, that could give us back 0 if it's divisible by 3. And if we say 0 and 0, then we do nothing. That's super weird. Okay, so otherwise, add to the wins for the current player and then reset the match count. This got 100%? Okay, there's something I just don't understand about this if statement here. Can anyone explain this if statement? This is saying if the number of matches left is not divisible by 3 or 5, then keep iterating. But how does that work when there's only one match left? Right? The thing that I'm hung up on is if it raises a notice level error. Okay. An undefined variable has an implicit value of null. Okay. But what I'm missing is when are you checking if the number of matches left are 1? Does this actually result does this if the number of matches left is 1, it goes into the else statement? Or the number of matches is divisible by 3 or 5, it goes into the else statement. I guess that's what's happening here, but I still can't wrap my mind around the actual logic that happens. Oh well. Great work, /life. You got second place. And all right, we're going to check out Tabad's answer, who did it in Java, who is the community manager of Coding Game, which is awesome. Thanks for being here. All right, read it in, get the number of matches, the number of moves. What are we using for A and B? So A is the number of wins for player 1. B is the number of wins for player 2. The current number of matches gets initialized to M. Not sure if you need to check if it's equal to 1. I'm guessing that logic somehow accounts for if the number of matches left is 1. This right here. I can't seem to wrap my mind around why, but it seems to handle that. Because basically, if the number of matches left is 1, then the game is over and somebody gets a win. I don't know. All right, let's... Oh, Coding Game didn't do it. Oh, interesting. So, wins for player A, wins for player B, iterate, decrement the current number of matches left. Yeah, so in this case, we're not even looking if the current number of matches is 1. 1 mod 3 is not 0. Yeah. This is your solution. Interesting, yeah, so you're just checking, and this is the same logic. If it's divisible by 3 or divisible by 5, the game is over. But, I mean, I guess there was never a game where it was divisible. Like, 1 mod 3 is 1. 1 mod 5 is 1. I mean, obviously. I hope no senior dev is watching and trying to make... The thing is, that's where this matches problem comes from. There's a lot of interview scenarios where you have to, like, code the logic for the matches game. I don't know. I was almost there. That's so weird. It could be so that you're not... Yeah, I don't know. They still got 100%, though. That's totally fine. So, if it's divisible by 3 or 5, and if it's an even move, then player B wins, and otherwise player A wins. And then at the end of it all, we just print out A and B. Great work, Tabad. And hope I'm saying your name right. Thibad or Tabad? Tabaud. Let me know. I know a lot of self-taught full-stack developers. It takes time and practice and dedication, but you absolutely can be self-taught and be successful. In the PHP solution, the condition was the opposite, using and instead of or, and not checking equals 0. Okay. They decrement first, and whoever takes the last loses. AKA, that's it. That's why it's winning. That's why that's why it's working, because if current is 0, 0 mod 3 is 0. Tebow. All right, I can call you Tebow. But yeah, so 0 mod 3 is 0. Yeah, so that's why it's working, because if there are no matches left, then the previous player won. That makes sense. All right, let's find an interesting language. Did we look at a Python? We haven't looked at a Python solution, so I'm just gonna look at the first Python solution. Actually, there's no winning Python solution. Well, look, we haven't seen JavaScript. We'll see how Alka did it. So, check mind and pretend it's yours. Well, thank you, Alka. So Alka did it in JavaScript. You have the number of matches, the number of lines, and the number of wins for each player, and the current player is 0. Read in the current number of matches that were taken. Decrement from the total number of matches. If it's less than or equal to 0 or divisible by 3 and 5, increment the wins for that particular player. This is doing some bit shifting to figure out the opposite of 0. So the opposite of 0 is 1. The opposite of 1 is 0 with this bit shift. It's a exclusive OR, right? Right? Is that what's happening? Not a bit shift. XOR. Yeah, it's an exclusive OR. So 0 exclusive OR 1 gives us back 0. 1 exclusive OR 1 gives us back 1. Yeah. So that basically figures out if it's player 0 or player 1. And then reset the number of matches, and then flip it. So reset P to be either 0 or 1. And hello, Callow Creation. There's my break timer, but welcome. I didn't see your hello. But everyone should check out Callow Creation's channel. They're also a member of our Live Coders team. Nice. How are things going? Cool. Great work, Alka. All right. I have time for one more clash. And maybe this time, I will be able to complete it. We'll see. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. Clash of Code. And Trumpstis, thanks for that follow. All right, if you're new to all of this, this is how it works. I'm going to send a link in the chat in a second, and when you click it, you'll have to sign in if you're not already signed in. And after 2 minutes, the game will start. The first person, and we won't know what the mode will be. It could either be fastest mode, shortest mode, or reverse mode. Fastest mode is the first person to complete the challenge. Shortest mode is the person who can complete the challenge in the least number of characters. And reverse mode is you're given the inputs and the outputs, and you need to figure out the code to write. CodePen has a custom editor for Vue and Flutter. Ho ho! Ho ho ho! That sounds awesome, actually. And thanks for that host, Mr. Demon Wolf. Callow says, I'm doing well. Thanks, you're all smiles and happiness. Oh, thank you. I am. I've only actually solved one challenge this morning, but we're having fun. It's a little frustrating, but we're having fun. Okay, so here we go. We don't know what the challenge will be. We'll see that when the challenge starts in 2 minutes, but you can click this link in the chat and join us. They're up to 100 people can join. For shortest mode, you cannot import from an external file. You technically can import from like standard libraries. Like if you're using Python or C++, you actually have a lot of the built-in libraries accessible to you. And thank you for that posture check. Here we go again. No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it. This is the one. Gotta drink my drink. We're going to do it. Here we go. And if someone would be kind enough to redeem focus mode, you don't have to, but if you have enough points to redeem focus mode, that would greatly help me actually be able to solve this one. So yeah. And it's true. I have not gotten a duplicate challenge on Clash of Code, so they've never given me the same challenge twice. And I think that happens. The more people that have done challenges, they have to find more and more challenges to give us, which potentially makes them harder. Really taking its time to join. Sorali has redeemed focus mode. All right, I'm going to start focus mode in 48 seconds. You have gotten duplicates? I've never gotten a duplicate. Maybe you probably play a lot more than I do then. And thank you, JS Barcelona, for that follow. I copied the code from... So sometimes you'll get a similar challenge maybe in reverse mode that was actually in fastest mode, something like that. But I've never gotten the exact same problem statement. Upside down. Why is the drop game so hard? I didn't change anything. It's just totally random. The problems don't depend on the mode. All right, here we go. We're going into focus mode for 8 minutes. Coding Game says, let me know if some people don't get in because of an error. Try to refresh. You might still get in. Okay. Yeah, so if you clicked join, you didn't get in, just refresh the page to see if you could get in. All right, focus mode for 8 minutes. If the mods can enable emote-only chat. Here we go. It's taking a second to load. I think we're like too many people are on the site, possibly. Because they're also doing the spring challenge right now. But it's not letting me in. All right, here we go. and I'm already 80 seconds behind, but that's okay. So this is shortest mode. We need to solve it in the least number of characters. For those of you that are new to this, over on the right-hand side, you can see your code size. And you can also choose any language that is listed here. We're going to use JavaScript. Oh yeah, I'm absolutely going to VIP Coding Game. Is it Codin Game? Codin Game. There you go. Yes, very much deserved. I mean, we play Coding Game on the stream all the time. So, in this mode, you want to have the least number of characters, and over on the right-hand side, you can see the comments count. So, make sure you remove any comments. And you want to get that number way down. Yeah, so Coding Game, if you're not participating, you actually can chat in the Twitch chat. All right, here's the problem. As you know, unicorns are nearly extinct. It is your mission to supply the world with unicorns aged just right for whatever purpose they'll serve. You'll be given an age and are to produce an ASCII unicorn of that age. ASCII art is so hard. Okay, here we go. You're given an integer age specifying the unicorn's age. You are to produce a unicorn following the International Unicornal Standard 6887 specification. A basic unicorn looks like this. With age, its horns grow by 1 a year. A 1-year-old unicorn will look like this. A 2U looks like that. The unicorn must be as far left as possible. Oh boy. Okay, so unicorns of age 0 is just that. Easy enough. But with each year, we have to shift them over by 1 and add a unicorn horn. There. And we're shifting them over by 1. Well, we only shift them over by 1 if the age is, I guess, greater than 2. We'll figure it out. But we're given an age. We need to log that unicorn with those number of horns. So when the input is 1, it looks like that. When the input is 0, it looks like that. When the input is 2, it looks like that. When the input is 10, that's a big, long unicorn horn. But you'll notice that the entire unicorn had to be shifted over by this number of characters. And I think it's 3. Yeah, so that's the number of characters we need to... if the horn is longer than 3, we need to shift it over by 1. Or shift it over by the number of years minus 3. All right, here we go. I think we can do this. We're going to try our best. So we need our base unicorn. Like so. And so we get age. I'm actually just going to remove parse int because that's going to save us some characters. Because this is shortest mode. So you have to complete it in the least number of characters. So we're just going to call this A. And then our base unicorn, we'll do a template literal with the values. And then just to make sure it works, I'm going to try and print U. To make sure that we actually get an output of a unicorn in the right way. We do not. We could do split on new lines and join on new lines. No. Oh, the slashes. I have to escape the slashes. Yeah, thank you, everyone. So, because there was a slash there, I needed to put a double slash to escape it to tell it that I actually wanted a slash. Okay, first problem solved. We can actually log a unicorn. So that's awesome. Now, we've got our base unicorn, and we need to log a certain number of horns. So what we need to print before we print the unicorn is the actual horn. Why is there only 3 minutes left in focus mode? That is... Okay. So we need to print... So basically, while... We need to print the number of horns that are the age. So we'll say, like, while... We'll do a for loop. For let I... There's another focus mode. All right, I'll enable it after this focus mode is over, because I've been talking for 5 minutes. So we need a for loop that goes from I equals 0 while I is less than A, and then I plus plus. And we need to print out the horn with some spaces in front of it. Okay. For now, I'm actually just going to print out the horn. And we have to do a double backslash to do that. So that should print the right number of horns. But now we just got to get it in the right spot. Because, yeah, you can see that it's there. But we actually need to put some space in front of it. So how are we going to put space in front of it? I think what I was trying to get at was the first one always has 2 spaces in front of it. All right, I'm just gonna get weird with it. So I'll say if A is less than 3. I could hard code it. I think I want to hard code it, honestly. For the first 3, I want to hard code it. And then the rest of them are going to be automatic. I think. No. Because we need spaces in front of this. But how many spaces do we need in front of it? And I could just minify it. Write it as long as possible and just minify it automatically. Okay. I need... What I kind of want to do is have 3 explicit statements for if A is less than 3. So, okay. Just watch me. If A is less than or equal to 3, then we need to print no. I guess we could do this in the for loop. So if A, no, not A, if I is less than 3, then we need to print the number of spaces minus I in front of it. So I could do like a space and repeat it 3 minus I times plus that. Oh, 2. There we go. So that gives us the right number of spaces. We're going back into focus mode. Because I have to actually... oh, I didn't do a time. Undefined minutes. I totally forgot about that. Focus in. Okay. Focus, start, 8 minutes. We're going to get this. We are going to get there. We have 5 minutes left. So that will handle... let's see. Yeah, so that handles the case of no horns. That handles the case of 2 horns. This also handles the case of up to age 3. So we're good there. Now, what's test case 3? age 2. Wait, is it age 2? Let's look at test case 3. Yeah. So, our horn is actually off when the age is 2. Less than 3. So we're going to say 3 minus I think. Two minus I? No, it is 3. The order is inversed. Oh, because I got to print the top horn first. Okay. So actually, if I just do A minus I, does that give us it in reverse? Oh man, we've only got 4 minutes left. Just do I. Repeat it I times. So... No, because if I is 0, then we're missing a space. I need to have at least one space in front of the horn there. Two space. Is it literally I plus 2? That's fine. And then this one, nope, because then it's in the wrong spot. Yeah, because it needs to be between the two eyeballs. Ugh. Okay, focus. I have 3 minutes. I can do this. Probably. I probably can't. I can try. So the number of spaces. I know that I want to print the top horn first. But I was trying to just get this basic thing working, because I guess what I could do is like if we look in the... I have an idea. So, like, in the case of, like, age 9 or whatever, like this one, we should get the horn right. Right, the horn is perfectly right. But for these other few cases, the horn is not right with this code. Or is it? Yeah. So, if I is 0, 1, 2, or 3... 2-minute warning. Thank you, Doc. We'll get this. Maybe. Because, right, that's right. Okay, so... Here we go. If... Okay, screen's back. So, if A is greater than 2, do this. Alright, capture card should be big. Good. And then I need the total number of spaces in front of U. So I could do U.split. So take the unicorn, split it on new lines, and then map it, and take each line and put the right number of spaces in front of it, which is going to be A minus 1, I think, or A minus 2. So repeat A minus 2 plus that line, and then join it back all together on a new line. So does this work for test case 4? We went 1 too many, so we'll just do, or 1, wait. Found, expected. So we'll do minus 3. Yeah, so that makes it work for the very, very large cases. And we only have 8 seconds left. So, else... no! My last play. I tried. Oh, I tried my best. Well, in focus mode, let's see, with that code, all the cases which were age less than 3, I would have won. Or would have gotten right. I killed the unicorns. Coding game is, it's timing out. It's not actually taking my solution. Holy heck. Coding game is a place where we can competitively code things. A better way would be to print the last 2 horns after the for loop and the rest in the for loop. Clash is completed, cannot be restarted. Let me just refresh the page. All right, I got 40%. My code is right 40% of the time. You know, some days are just not that great. Onitama? Wait, what about Onitama? Time to speed code a board game. My code is 100% correct 40% of the time. Exactly. All right, I'm going to look at the top 2 solutions and then I have to go. Terrazoid got it in at the last few seconds in JavaScript in 181 characters. Would you look at that? Okay. O is the number of repeated spaces. It's either 0 or 3 minus the length. Beautiful! Terrazoid, you always come up with the sweetest, like, mwah, mwah. Like, it makes so much more sense when I see you do this. Because the total number of spaces, if A is greater than 3, then the total number of spaces is going to be the length, like the age minus 3. Otherwise, the total number of spaces is going to be 3, 2, and then 1. So from A goes down to 0, so 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. And this, I believe, is doing A minus minus greater than 0, which looks like a weird little arrow thing. But what I think this is doing is it decrements A after reading the value from A. So read the value from A, which is going to be the total length. The classic arrow operator. But this is read the value from A, which will be the total age of the unicorn, then decrement it. But if the value that we read is greater than 0, then we're going to print the total number of spaces that are needed. Ugh. Beautiful. It's beautiful. And then we print the unicorn with the right number of spaces in front of it. All right. Tipped did it in Python. 227 characters. Okay, put the unicorn. It looks more like a cow, but we'll put the unicorn in an array for every value in the range. Mwah, beautiful code. Mwah. I don't know why I keep doing that. I never do that. Okay. If it's less than 3, print them out. That's what I was trying to get at. That is a very wide unicorn. Like, if it's less than 3, then do this. Otherwise, we just print the number of spaces that we need. Okay, awesome. Josh got an 80% in Lua. Read it in. Here's our unicorn. If A is greater than 1, and I has a value, or I plus A is a value, we get the total number of spaces that need to be repeated. I don't know what's happening here. All right, see you later, Phil Carbo. Have a good night. Or a good day. All right, I gotta go. I'm done looking at these. You all are awesome. Thanks for participating with me. And this was actually very interesting because I only like really completed one challenge today, and I think we did like 4. That was a hard one to end on for sure. And look, even Alka only got 60%. And Alka's a robot. So Alka did the opposite of me. They got it to work for all the cases where my code didn't work. So all we'd have to do is combine my code and Alka's code, even Alka. All we would have to do is combine my code and Alka's code, and we would have 100%. I think tomorrow I might actually do, we talked about it earlier, a front-end face-off. So, quick shout-out for that, if this interests you. All right, see you later, Imphy. Thanks for hanging out. Code babies. So about 2 years ago, I did a stream on YouTube when I was only streaming on YouTube, called the Front End Face Off or Front End Showdown. Coding Garden. Front End Face Off. I think it is. Or the Front End Showdown. Yeah. So this is a stream where I built the exact same application. It's a fairly simple app, but it was complex enough to demonstrate all the features that you would need in a modern front-end framework or single-page application. But I built the same app in Vanilla.js, React, Angular, and Vue. And this is 2 years ago. So the plan is, this weekend, I will do the same thing, but we're going to choose some... We'll probably vote at the beginning of the stream on which ones I'm going to use. But there are more things in the mix now. Like, we could use Svelte. We could use React with hooks instead. We could use something like lit HTML or Polymer. We could use Vue with the composition API. So the idea is we're going to do this. We'll probably build the exact same app. But we're going to let you all vote on which frameworks I choose. And we're going to build the same thing in probably at least 4 different ways. We're definitely going to do at least vanilla, but it's up to you to choose whether we do React, Angular, Vue, Svelte, lit HTML, Chew, all those other things. So tune in. You can see my stream schedule down there. I'll be live Saturday or tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. my time. All right. Thank you, everyone, for participating. This was super fun. And we all know that now I'm human. I get things wrong. And that's okay. So I'm going to find someone to raid. I don't know who we're going to raid. But if you don't like who we raid and it's not Instafluff, go check out Instafluff. Can we get a shout out for Instafluff? We might raid him. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Get that raid message ready. Imphy has, raidmessages.now.sh. You can get the raid message to copy if you're a sub or a non-sub. And thank you all for watching. This was super fun. Wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. Look at the schedule down there for the time in your time zone. And join us in this raid. So we'll see you soon. Here is this.